Okay, I get asked a lot why this channel is a multi-sports channel, and it's quite simple. Firstly, I've played a lot of sports at school. Secondly, I'm a fan of multiple sports, and thirdly, I can reach a wider audience. I'm not so, blinkered to it's just football, it's the greatest sport in the world, or it's not just NFL, greatest league in the world. I respect any sport and any sportsman or woman. Honestly, I really do. Each sport has its own difficulties, skill set, and training, and you've got to have your skill set. Some people are really good at football at school, weren't very good at rugby, vice versa. You've got to have a certain skill set to play a certain sport. You've got to have a certain physicality or certain mental attributes. You've got to have various different skills, and I think that's the difference that I think that we have here. I try and keep things, I wouldn't say dumbed down simple, but I try and keep things basic, as in I do everything in one take. I don't have lots of bells and whistles, lights, and a big set. I think that distracts from what we're discussing, which is this match, that match, this incident, this transfer, this scandal, this buyout, whatever, this manager getting sacked, whatever it may be. I like to keep things simple. I try and stay as unbiased as possible, and I think watching multiple different sports and multiple different teams and multiple different leagues, I think helps that. You can definitely sit outside the box and look at a wider thing, and pick up certain bits and pieces. But I enjoy what I do. It's different. Most sports YouTubers will focus on solely one sport or one league or one team. I like to, cover as many sports as I can because I have a passion for sport. I've played a lot of sports. I've got friends who are semi-pro and professional sportsmen and women. I've got friends who've represented, national sides and been part of Olympic programs. Played under 20s for ice hockey, things like that. So I've been around sports since I've been very, very young. I've been very, very privileged to have met some really really down to earth sports people. I've met a lot of athletes, either through my personal life or through my job, which is fantastic, and a lot of them are quite humble. Some aren't, but they do say don't meet your heroes. But I've come across a lot of different sportsmen. I've come across a lot of different fans as well. I've been to some of the I've been to a lot of football stadiums and rugby stadiums and ice hockey arenas in this country. There's a few on my bucket list overseas that I want to do. But anytime I've had great banter with sports fans, especially travelling in and out of London when there's a major sporting event going on and you're wearing and you just get into a conversation. Rugby fans are the best. Cricket fans are quite entertaining. Football fans, you might have that awkward moment, but for the most part, I've had really good engagement and good fun on my sporting travels over the years. And I like a lot of different sports. I will say this, I'm viewed all over the world. I look at my channel data, and regardless of the size of the channel, I've got viewers from the bottom end of Chile all the way up to Japan. I've got viewers in Alaska all the way to New Zealand, everywhere in between. And it's fantastic that people from all around the world are watching, commenting, subscribing. It's fantastic. And sport does that. Sport is a great equaliser. It's a great unifier of people. Which is why I like the Springboks, for example. I mean, that's a team of unity there in a country that's very divided. That's a beacon of hope for South Africa, for example. Like I look at, some of the positivity England had in 2018, for example, with their push to the World Cup semi-finals, and the positivity that brought to the country at the time in 2018. Of course, we didn't obviously win; we finished fourth, but there was a surge of positivity at a time when economically the country isn't doing great. Wages are stagnant. There's a cost of living. You visibly saw the positivity around the country. It was different. The women's Euros, again, that positivity. It was a bit lower level, but when they won, I don't think they got the respect they deserved. There was a lot of positivity there. There was also a lot of negativity as well, and that's something I think sport needs to look at with its relationship with social media. There's been a lot of nasty moments on social media aimed at particular players, particular managers, teams, which is why I got rid of my Twitter, which is now known as X. I got off that sewer. It wasn't a particularly positive place to to be on that platform. I think But I do enjoy what YouTube brings. I mean, we have some great discussions. I like seeing questions posted in live stream from people around the world, different questions, different sporting questions. And there's some questions I just can't answer because I don't follow that particular sport or I'm not invested in that particular sport. Doesn't mean I won't research it, do content on it, look at it, and go, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing. Like I'm not a massive fan of baseball. I've done Major League Baseball content. I'm not a massive fan anymore of the NFL, but I still do NFL content. Same with the NBA. I'm not a massive basketball fan, but I appreciate the physical fitness and athleticism you need to be a basketball player. You cannot be unfit to be a basketball. You've got to have really good cardio, really good fitness, and good hand-eye coordination. Something that I lack, and I'm not tall enough. But I didn't enjoy playing it, so I didn't feel that kind of personal engagement. But I have a lot of respect for those that do play it, do watch it, and do support it. I mean, I don't knock any sport, but I can definitely discuss sports governance, sports finances, and sports scandals because sport should be positive and there's a lot of negatives around it, and I think everyone can understand that. Which is why I did my top 5 favourite sports for earlier today. I thought I'll revisit a video I did all those years ago and go, well, I'm going to chop off half the list because it's too long and the video will be too long, and I'm going to focus on my 5 favourite sports and go, right, here's what's good, here's what's bad, this is what we could do better. And there's some sports that are omissions from that list. You're like, what? And I'm like, yep. So, but no, as I say, I played a lot of sports at school. I've got friends who play a lot of different sports. I've enjoyed, being part of that team dynamic. It was one of the few highlights of being at school was playing sport. Because I didn't enjoy school a lot, so it was fun, and it was good for me to get rid of that nervous energy that I had. Um, and get that dopamine hit because since I've had this channel, I've found out I've got ADHD. I found out in my early 30s. I'm now in my mid 30s, and that was a big moment, and it explained a lot of my struggles, and I've been very open about the mental health issues I've faced again since having this channel, and this channel is a nice conduit to get all that nervous energy out and get some positivity going, and it's what I call my therapy session. Talking to a webcam to any number of people on the interwebs and discussing something I'm very passionate about, which is sport. So there we go. That's why, a bit of a ramble, that's why I'm a multi-sport channel. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please place in the comment section below what sports you like and what other topics you want me to cover, let's say, on the channel. I'm always there for a bit of feedback and a bit of discussion. I mean, obviously, please list your favourite sports, or the sports that you participate in, or the sports that you follow. And we'll have, obviously, all that Rugby Union World Cup content for you later today. Obviously, we've got 3 matches today, some big games today. There's going to be a lot of talking points coming out of those games, which I have no doubt will be a bit divisive and a bit interesting, a bit controversial, because it's a World Cup and refereeing's under the spotlight and rule changes are under the spotlight. But from me for now, thank you very much for watching. I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.